So the Japanese declared war on Persia in the last video, and I think this is the first of many to come for conflicts in the Pacific. And actually, now that I think about it, Persia's in a lot of wars all throughout the world. They're already dealing with the Congo, and the Congo, luckily, are pretty distracted by really wanting to take over this southern Persian city along the Persian Gulf. But also, Finland is trying to take out the Congo. Or, I'm sorry, Finland's trying to take out the Persians, not the Congo, obviously. They're working together in a team war, actually. So they're also dealing with this, and Finland actually very close. I think they're, within this video, should be able to take over this city, maybe at the early part of the next one as well. And then, obviously, the Japanese seem to be having a little bit of a monopoly over the Pacific at this point, since no one else is really playing the naval game. The Chukchi don't really matter, don't really care too much about their navy, and actually, look how interesting this is. They have 3 coastal cities. However, these are going to be trapped behind this Shanu city, and the Shanu, at some point, whenever they do decide to expand into this sea tile, then they'll be trapped behind the Japanese. This is going to lead to some interesting things. I know that the Shanu have open borders with the Chukchi at the moment. We don't know if that's also the same case, vice versa. It's probably likely to think that way. But I can guarantee you this relationship is not going to stay at that point for this entire campaign. They're both in the top 3. I mean, they've got to consider themselves as kind of world rivals right now, since we did discover that more than likely I'd say my top 4. And actually, this is actually a perfect time to ask you guys, who's your top 5? There's about 51 civs, I believe 51 civs still left in this world without China, because I think last time we checked was 52, then China got eliminated. So 51 civs left in the campaign. Let me know who your top 5 is. I'm not going to do top 10s just yet, unless you guys want to do top 10. But yeah, let's see who you guys' top 5 is. For me, Chukchi, number 1. I think that's an easy one. I'm going to say Shanu number 2, because I think they have more of an opportunity to expand their borders and eat up a lot of these Persian cities at some point. Maybe they can eliminate Mongolia. Maybe they can eliminate Kazakhstan. Who knows? I think Shanu have more opportunities. So I'm going to kind of sneak the Shanu a little bit higher above the Congo, who I'll put in 3rd place. So yeah, Congo in 3rd place. In 4th, I've got the Huns, because I really think the Congo have a really good opportunity as well. There actually might be a future Hunnic war, which would be massive, a massive battle for Central Asia, which will be really interesting. And then at number 5, it's going to be close because there's a lot of good civs. I gotta say I'm a little bit biased because I love how amazing the Siamese are doing, and they have access to colonize and go to war, so they have a good opportunity. Also, Japan could be a really good 5th place spot. The Ashanti could be an excellent 5th place spot. Austria, not so much, because I don't see a route for them to colonize. I can see them swooping up Budapest here from the Goths like they did against Poland. I think the Swedish couldn't be considered in my top 5 just yet, and because the British haven't settled more cities, and because they didn't really do much against the French, I can't put them in my top 5 either. I'm going to put Siam in my top 5. I'm going to say they round out that 5th place spot because they can go to war, even though it will be really interesting, the future Mauryan war at some point, I'm sure, between the Siamese and the Mauryans. Although they don't have to go to war. They've got the mountain range here to protect them. Another Persian war. This time it's going to be Chola, which actually won't be able to do anything, so it doesn't really matter. The Ashanti. I think very quickly the Ashanti might take up that 5th place spot because they have an amazing opportunity to get to Brazil if they end up figuring out what's over here, which at this point, I don't think they do. I think it's safe to say, because I don't think I've seen an Ashanti caravel around the New World. Golden Age is dawned. Awesome. I don't know how I did that, but we did it. All right, so we've got a war with the Ashanti and Benin against Mali. So that's big. The Ashanti, I believe, do we have a peace deal between the Ashanti and Nigeria? I don't know. I don't think they end up peacing out. Yeah, there's no way, because there's no way they'd have. Yeah, they're still at war. They're still definitely at war. Obviously, the Ashanti and Benin working together because this is the second dual coalition war they've declared. The first one was against Nigeria. Second one now against Mali. We saw that France has a good relationship with the Vandals in the last video, so they're able to trek across this territory and reinforce some of their cities, some of the cities that they need. We're about to see actually some new colonies, I think, within this video. whether that be from Finland, whether that be from, well, the Shanu will definitely probably settle. Oh my gosh, the Shanu pulled a Great Britain, and they ended up traveling all that way for a pretty badly located city. I don't know. I know a lot of people are talking about how they think the Chukchi are going to be amazing at colonization and how they're going to just dominate the game through colonization, dominate North America at least. But they don't seem pretty interested. They don't seem interested really that much at all in the New World. Right now, they are winning the game. They've got 3 colonies compared to the British, who have 2, the Japanese, who have 2. Although that's going to change. Kazakhstan's going to get their second colony very soon. Who knows how long the Babylonians will travel once they reach the South American continent. Where did the Pope go? Pope, where? Papal state, where'd you go? There you are. You are not going for South America. You are going for Australia, aren't you? That's all I have to say to that. That's all I have to say to that is that Congo's still at war with the Persians, but the Congo don't care about this Persian city off the Arabian Peninsula. I think it's a pretty good city. It's got an oasis. It's got a hill tile with sheep on it. It's got actually a few hill tiles. You won't have that much growth, but still very weird to see the Congo AI not attack this Persian city and fight this huge navy. Now we've got Persia and Assyria. Assyria declaring that war. Assyria trapped here, so they won't be able to do anything. And that's Moria, which, remember, Moria has 2 settlers. They still have not settled just yet, though. How's Persia doing? So Persia's at war with so many civs at this point. And yeah, Japan has done, I think they've taken out at least 1 settler so far. Porcelain Tower, which is going to be a nice science boost for them at some point. I believe that's a research bonus. Don't laugh at me if I'm wrong, because I'm probably wrong. But yes, they're doing some good damage. Actually, you know what? I think Japan is going to very quickly take the title very soon from the Chukchi. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. Benin at war with France and Babylon. That won't make much of a difference. No, the Chukchi have their fourth settlers soon. Here's Kazakhstan. Maybe for Baja California. Who's going to settle Hawaii? That's what I want to know. Someone settle Hawaii, please. And how about the Budapest War? Again, the Goths, very reluctant to move into Budapest territory. Wow. This is crazy. The Ethiopian coalition is here. Ethiopia, and the Louvre has been built by Chukchi. Ethiopia, I don't think, will be as reluctant to attack this Persian city as the Congo are at this point here. What the heck was I checking in on? I don't even remember. I do not remember. Oh, the Persians. Actually, that Benin war. Because Benin... No. What? You know what? Because France somehow has open borders with... No. The France do not have open borders with the Congo, do they? Because they were just at war. I might have missed the peace deal. I think I must have, because they would have... Well, none of these tiles are improved, which would show why there's no pillaging that's going on. And these 2 French musketeers are weaker. Oh my goodness. Well, Benin is going to definitely throw a wrench in your plan, France, because you were close to taking this Congo city. But Benin is going to pretty much reinforce the Congo for them. All right, let's see what the Congo do. Or, I'm sorry, the Goths. How do the Goths approach this situation? Without Austria. See, look, Austria is ready to go. It really looks like Austria's ready to go. Problem is, like I said, Hungary's got 5 units. You get Hungary down to 3 units, 2 units, I think the Austrian AI will jump at it. So they're going to slowly shoot these guys down from afar. Probably a smart move. Actually, how are they doing that? Oh, well, they've got access to a few hill tiles, so that will allow them to shoot over the other hill. Interesting. Yeah, this is an interesting Persian coalition that's happening. We saw it happen earlier in the previous campaign, where Persia, Darius went a little bit crazy with his game. He was going all over the place, you know, grabbing up all this land. But this is really early to see something like this happen. The Huns are still at war with Armenia. and they got access through Russia. They must really want the Armenian capital. Obviously, that seems to be the case. No more notifications, right? Yes, don't care about spies, so we'll just move on from there. Thing about this, though, is that Persia still has a very good hold over the Persian Gulf, first of all. I think it's safe to say, I think they lost settlers in the Pacific to the Japanese. Oh, now the Congo are attacking the city. And we should see Ethiopia sending over a small task force, I think, as well, to help that siege out. Maybe to steal that siege away from the Congo. There's another Congo settler. Yeah, the Pope is going for Australia. That's why he's going around Cape Good Horn. Cape Good... No, jeez. Cape of Good Hope. Boom, there you go. Cape of Good Hope. Where... Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea what he's doing. Because now it looks like he's doubling back around this way. Back towards the west. Did Babylon end up settling? No. Babylon, are you going for the Caribbean? Or maybe the Panama Canal, which would be huge. Okay, go to the Chukchi. Chukchi, I don't believe have... Yeah, you know what? The Chukchi, I think, do have access through Kazakhstan. That would explain why Kazakhstan can get a settler all the way over here. Yeah, so he's not moving. He might. Or he could just kind of dip down to the south. We'll see. Anything else in sorry, I almost called it Siberia. Alaska? Doesn't look like anything from Alaska's happening. Japan with tons and tons of ships, and I'd imagine that other Persian settler just got destroyed. So yeah, pretty hurt. Those wars really hurt Persia. I think we saw at least 2 Persian settlers. I think destroyed. I thought he had another one. He had like 3, and I think all of them might have got killed at some point. Ethiopia now moving over this way. So huge move for the AI to work together there, and ultimately that's a 3-city swing. That Persia now will not get 3 cities. They've got this 4th settler that's been trapped that probably won't be let go anytime soon. Siam still at war with Tibet. But you're just not going to be able to do anything there. Mongolia settling more closer to Tibet. More close. Just a little bit closer. English, stop, Drew. Just stop Englishing. You just can't English anymore. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, so Shanu going to take this Swedish city away. Shanu apparently have a good relationship with the Persians. And Finland slowly getting there. Yep, next turn, I think. There's a privateer. They could always melee attack with the Lancer. I mean, I know it's not going to be the best, not going to be the most efficient way to take a city with a Lancer, but, you know. Yeah, see all this gold. AIs don't use gold, so that makes this window completely irrelevant to us. They use it to only buy units. That's the way I see it. Okay, so where's that Finnish settler at? Here he is. Yep, the Shanu, I don't know what you're doing, but he is doing the same thing the British did. Which is even more weird because, well, maybe the Shanu didn't discover all this fertile land. Maybe he just, found all this tundra and he's like, I don't want any of this. Maybe he found the tundra in Canada. I don't know. I'm trying to justify AIs here because I'm sure there's times when we bash an AI, but we don't realize that they can't see everything that we can see. And, that might not be the case in this scenario, but I'm just trying to stick up for the AI sometimes. Sometimes, I'm sure there's been at least once or twice where we said an AI is really dumb, but we forget all the time that the AIs don't see what's out this way. Yeah, I think Babylon's going for the Caribbean. Babylonian Cuba. I love that. I'd want to visit that. That sounds like a fun thing. Mali's doing okay. I mean, they probably won't continue to do okay, but they're holding back the Ashanti. Kind of cool. France moving through Ashanti territory. Maybe they're going to get their own colony up. They're going to find a way. Remember, the last Old World campaign I did, which is actually weirdly a long time ago. Actually, the one before that, the first Old World campaign I did, we had Germany with just Berlin in Central Europe they ended up getting like 6 or 7 colonies in the south of America, in the deep south of North America. So we could see the same thing from Austria or France even. We could see that stuff happening. And we're seeing it right now with Kazakhstan, pretty much. All right, so Hungary's going to get themselves in a bad situation. They're pulling these musket men closer to the front lines, which is a really, really bad move. Again, losing units when you only have 5 is not the best strategy. It's a very bad strategy. There is a caravan heading to this Austrian city up this way. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Got's in a really bad situation because they're kind of sandwiched in between Finland. They don't want to go to war with Finland, I'd imagine. Finland has a technology bonus with these riflemen. So they probably don't want to mess with them too much. Is Finland gone yet? I was going to say, no, they haven't gone yet. They're about to go, like, right now. Let's see if they take the city over. Nope, they didn't take it over, but they'll take it over next. Now they've got 2 lancers. Hey, that privateer ended up destroying himself. Nice move. All right, boom. And then Sweden did lose that city. Okay, Mongolia is going to try once again to take out Kazakhstan. All these Russian settlers, I forgot about them. There's like 4 Russian settlers. 1, 2, 3. And then where? I thought there was a 4th one. Maybe he's right in front of my face. I don't know. Shanu continue their own colonization. Let's see. Now, Mongolia has more of a border with Kazakhstan than ever before. So we might see a little bit more of an actual, I don't know, results from these battles. This is going to be interesting because Kazakhstan is ready to go, and Mongolia themselves not doing the best in terms of technology. They have a slight advantage over Kazakhstan since they have these musket men, but if they don't bring those guys to the front lines, then it's going to be useless. It's going to be useless, essentially. Let me see what Siam is trying. Siam's going to have a little bit more luck attacking Tibet now that there's more room. Again, Moria is, I think, getting ready. I think they'd probably go to war with Tibet again. I think it's safe to make that assumption. They'd probably go to war with them again at some point. More Kazakhstan, more Shanu. Shanu definitely not going to bow out of this colonization race. Chukchi, though, on the other hand, very strange. Chukchi almost allowing people to catch up to them. Assyria over here. If only Assyria can get a settler, that's the only thing. Turn 251. Alright, guys, looks like I'm up to stop right there, though. We're about turn 251, about halfway through the campaign. I'd love to make it to turn 500 once again, but we'll see how this goes. Scotland staying very quiet. They obviously have a great opportunity to colonize, but they haven't chosen to do so. But they might change their mind at any point. It might just click for them. Hey, look at this new world that everyone's discovered. I should probably go over there. That might be the case. We'll see. Japanese, peace out the Sumer. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.